When it comes to transporting TVs, we do need to take extra care. Now, on our vans, we carry special padded bags just for transporting TVs. These will accommodate TVs up to 60 inches. Now, if your TV's 60 inches or below, it will fit in the bags, but we're still gonna wrap it with bubble wrap. Just 1 or 2 coats should be fine, depending on how fragile your TV is. If it's larger than 60 inches, we're gonna do multiple layers, and potentially we're gonna add a cardboard front to the front. This is just a flat pack box which we will tape to the front to give it that extra padding. Now, when the TVs end up on the van, they're gonna get wrapped in blankets, but we wanna make sure from the transition from the house to the van, it's well covered, it's protected for that. Now, if you have a TV which is glass to the edges, so it has no bevel, we wanna make sure we add some extra protection around there. So we recommend using these foam padded corners. They'll go on the TV, we can cut them round, and then we'll tape that into place. We'll add the bubble wrap, and we'll add the cardboard front for the screen as well. Even if it's gonna go in the bag with those glass TVs with no bevels, we really wanna make sure it is extremely well padded so we don't get any accidents in transit. Now, just a little thought on bubble wrap. There are multiple different sizes we can buy, so it's important that you buy the right size. So, for example, if you're trying to wrap a 60-inch TV with a tiny roll of bubble wrap, it's gonna take a long time. The bubble wrap's gonna slide around. It's not gonna give you as good protection as if you look for something like this one here, which is 120 centimeters of bubble wrap. Coating a 60-inch TV with this will be better, easier to do, and the end result's gonna be what we're after. When it comes to packing your electronics, your PlayStations and your consoles around the TV, we're gonna treat those like fragile items. Now, if you have the original boxes for any of these items, that's great, we're gonna use those, but most people don't have the storage space to be able to keep them. So we're gonna wrap any consoles with bubble wrap, we're gonna put them in the small fragile boxes, and we're gonna pack it with paper to make sure there's no movement at all. Now, when it comes to packing our books, we wanna make sure firstly that we choose the right size box. Now, we don't wanna go too large, so our standard box for heavy and fragile items, this is roughly 30 centimeters by 50 centimeters by 30 centimeters, is gonna be ideal. A box like this, well packed, is not gonna be too heavy for one person to lift, which is really what we're aiming for. The first thing I like to do is roughly categorize the books into different sizes. This means when they go into the box, it's gonna be nice and easy, and it's gonna give us symmetrical shapes and patterns to fill. Think of this as a bit like a jigsaw puzzle where we're trying to get as many books in there as we can with the minimal amount of space. We wanna be careful when putting them in that we don't sort of scuff the edges and sides. And what I might do is, as I'm looking at the different sizes and spaces of holes in there, I'm gonna transition to different size books to sort of fill the various different gaps up there. We wanna make sure we take extra care of our special books and they go in nice and flat. And I'm changing the orientation just to see, as we fill the box up, how much space we've got. The 2 important things we need to remember is we don't wanna overfill the box. So as we close the lids, we need to make sure they go flat. This is really important when we're stacking boxes of books on the van or in storage that they don't topple over. Also, we wanna make sure it's well filled. If the box isn't completely filled and it sags, this can cause us issues. So if we can't fit any more books in and the box is still not full, we can look for other items to fill in. Whether it's a cushion from the sofa, a few items of clothing, or we return to our packing paper and we're just scrunching this up to fill those voids. What we wanna make sure at the end of the day when we've packed the box, it's well packed and there's no sagging or empty spaces inside.